ya kutoa hii jamaa aende nyumbani. So I accepted the request of the people of Kenya to run for the presidency in 2027, and I came yesterday home to ask for your blessings. Mumenibariki. Yeah, so as I
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have been speaking about the united opposition and their politics for some time right now. More so, the topic that we have looked at for a very long time is the flag bearer of the opposition. We have looked at it in a very big way, trying to weigh on who really deserves to become the flag bearer of the opposition. Recently, we have seen Rigathi Gachagua come out so clear, declaring that, you know what, I am going to be on that ballot paper whether you like it or not. And this turns out to be one of the vital things that might happen, by the way, in the 2027. You might think that Rigathi Gachagua is not viable. But you know what? The cause of the Republic of Kenya actually might give Gachagua a chance to be on the ballot papers come the year 2027. Now, what are the people in the government saying? I have seen a certain message and a certain publication by RUTO's lawyer and confidant lawyer Ahmednassir Abdullahi. And it turns out that they all now are understanding the dynamics that are going down if Gachagua is to run for the president of the Republic of Kenya. Now, reacting to a statement that Rigathi Gachagua put out yesterday via his social media page, where he said, "We shall liberate Kenya, no matter what, it is a matter of time. The year 2027 is the time. I am firmly in the presidential race for a better Kenya, where every Kenyan will participate in governance of their country. Thank you, Karatina Town, for your warm welcome. I am with you every step of the way. God bless you. God bless Kenya." Now, reacting to this message, Ahmednassir Abdullahi said this: "His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, as the undisputed kingpin of the Central Kenya, must be the neutral, rational, obvious choice to be the presidential candidate for a united opposition. He can easily bring 3 to 4 million votes to the table. Then some want him to play second fiddle to retired Chief Justice Maraga with 30 to 60,000 projected votes, Dr. Fred Matiang'i with 300,000 to 400,000 projected votes, Honorable Eugene Wamalwa with 100,000 to 150 projected votes, Honorable Justin Muturi with 100,000 to 120,000 projected votes, Honorable Martha Karua with 100,000 to 200,000 projected votes, even though I suspect she will be Gachagua's candidate if the courts don't give him green light to run, in which case she will have 3 to 4 million votes. Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka with 2 to 2.5 million projected votes. With this tabulation, the opposition shouldn't waste time on useless debates. They need to urgently agree on the ministry's portfolio. Some will be given and agree on Gachagua or Musyoka ticket. This clarity of thought and management of hope is vital." Now, this is where the opposition has been going wrong, and I have said it once and again. If Rigathi Gachagua and the team wants to actually be taken as serious as they portray themselves, the best thing for them to do right now is to come up with the names of their preferred presidential candidate and the running mate in the year 2025. I mean, as the year 2025 comes to an end, they should have given us, you know what, this is the presidential candidate and this is the deputy presidential candidate. Not the typical nonsense that they are running on right now, where we are being told Kalonzo Musyoka, once he takes the podium, he declares himself as the presidential candidate. Gachagua, on the same head, declares himself as the presidential candidate. Martha Karua as the presidential candidate. Fred Matiang'i is on the other side also speaking out on how he is viable for the presidential candidature. Maraga, on the same end, is out there calling himself a possible presidential candidate. Even people like Eugene Wamalwa, they're out there calling themselves a possible presidential candidate. Now, this is what gives people clarity. Once you come out clear and tell us, you know what, it's a Gachagua Kalonzo ticket. Now, that ticket, we are able to understand, you know what, these are the dynamics, and this is what is playing in here. Go ahead and vie on this front. Go ahead and vie on this front. You, Fred Matiang'i, you will retain your position as the Prime Cabinet Secretary. You, Martha Karua, will become the Interior Cabinet Secretary. You will become this and this Cabinet Secretary. That is the politics that we want. But this undecisive politics is what is, you see, the people like Ahmednassir Abdullahi, realizing of the dynamics of the politics of the Republic of Kenya right now, they are even losing the certainty that they had with William Ruto, because somebody like Ahmednassir Abdullahi, the senior counsel, has been advocating for two-term movement for a very long time using his social media pages. He has been telling people how Ruto is viable and will win the 2022 general election. But when you listen to this statement that I've read out to you, you understand that now they have started, you know what, coming into their senses and seeing that, you know what, politics is not what we thought it would be when Rigathi Gachagua and the united opposition comes together. That is why he says the best thing for the opposition right now is to bring us a ticket of Gachagua and Kalonzo ticket, or bring us even Matiang'i and Kalonzo ticket. Now that is a ticket that we can work with. A ticket that it's clear that Kalonzo Musyoka and Kalonzo Musyoka and Rigathi Gachagua, if they come together, at least it's a surety that something good might come out of it. We give credit to Mwai Kibaki most of the time, but there is one factor that we forget in the leadership of Mwai Kibaki. That Kalonzo Musyoka was there with him, that Kalonzo Musyoka helped him attain his dream of serving the people of the Republic of Kenya to the best of his ability. That is what we forget. So if Gachagua is going to become the presidential candidate, Kalonzo Musyoka actually is viable for the deputy presidential candidate. Now, this is matters dynamics. But if it is matters, this is matters numbers. If it's matters dynamics and understanding, running a country, the man fit for the job is Kalonzo Musyoka more than Rigathi Gachagua. But Gachagua can't take a second, cannot take a second seat if he is put as number 3. As number 2 in the said ticket. Now, let's look at what Kenyans are saying after the publication by one Ahmednassir Abdullahi. Senator Mong'are Okongo says, the arithmetic you present is rich but still bears the classic illusion of political calculators that ignore ground vibrations. History reminds us, in 1992, Kenneth Matiba, with all his regional thunder, still fell short because of divided opposition. In 2002, Kibaki's knack swept the field only because egos were buried for a common flag. In 2007, Raila's Pentagon nearly toppled the mountain of incubacy, but was betrayed by a fractured aftermath. Today, Maraga may inspire more of voters, but Kenyan's politics has never been won on virtue alone. Matiang'i with Uhuru's blessings may rally Kisii and diaspora, but that's still arithmetic without chemistry. Kalonzo's 2.7 million watermelon votes are both asset and liability, solid but soggy. Gachagua, if unleashed Matiba style, becomes a spoiler more than a survivor, or more than a savior. Ruto knows this playbook well. His 2022 victory was built on splitting and cohabiting regional straps. Opposition leaders must therefore decide if it is about tally sheet or about unity forged in fire. If they continue with banquet candidacies and what if coalitions, Ruto will dance into 2027 with 5 million in the bag and a divided field watching. The lesson of our geopolitics is clear: opposition hangs together or it hangs separately. Kenya has seen this tragedy before. I really agree with Senator Mong'are Okong'o on this. Another one is a statement made by one Chagua saying, who thinks like I, that alternative candidate for now is Wakuito Senior Kanzo, that is Kalonzo Musyoka. Not because he is the best candidate to redeem Wanjiko completely from the shackles of poverty and oppression, but because that is what Jamhuri can produce at the moment. Jamhuri needs a quiet dude, someone who don't have too much energy to dance till the morning, someone who is not an owner of a shop, plus the cashier, accountant, the sweeper, and the painter, someone who knows how to delegate and stay out of the media. My cousin is still not there and is not yet in the place to replace Wakuito as the best option, unless of course you are flattering so that he can become greedy to replace Kalonzo and then to make it easier for Ruto. Mtazamaji, maoni yako ni yapi?